Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony will begin momentarily. Again, we ask that you silence all cell phones. Please be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's ceremony, honoring the change of command for the commander of Montgomery Army Recruiting Battalion. Today, the outgoing commander, Lieutenant Colonel James W. Welch, will relinquish command to the incoming commander, Lieutenant Colonel Adrian H. Jones. The presiding officer in today's ceremony is Colonel Jason E. Kerr, commander of the 2nd Recruiting Brigade. The presentation of flowers and gifts to the family and loved ones of both the outgoing and incoming commanders is a long-standing tradition. At this time, Lieutenant Colonel Welch is presenting his wife, Mrs. Jenny Welch, a bouquet of red roses, his daughter Ava a red rose, and to his son William Welch a Montgomery Battalion coin. The flowers are fully bloomed, signifying the gratitude that the soldiers of the battalion feel toward the recipient. The flowers further symbolize the full and rich friendship that exists between the unit and the Welch family. Though our time together has come to an end, the contributions made to the unit will never be forgotten. At this time, Lieutenant Colonel Jones is presenting his wife, Mrs. Dawn Jones, with a bouquet of yellow roses, and to each of his daughters, Hannah and Sarah Grace, a single yellow rose. Yellow is the color of friendship and represents the welcome that the battalion extends to the Jones family. The flowers are budding, symbolizing the beginning of the relationship between the unit and the Jones family. In time, the buds will open and bloom, as will the soldier's relationship with the commander and his family. The United States Army Recruiting Battalion, Montgomery, was established on October 1, 1964, on Maxwell Air Force Base, Gunter Annex, Alabama. The battalion was known at that time as the Badgers, for having the greatest number of gold badge recruiters in the command. In fiscal years 1992 and 1993, USAREC recognized the Montgomery Recruiting Battalion as back-to-back champions. The battalion received the Army Superior Unit Award for fiscal year 92, distinguishing the battalion by becoming the first USAREC battalion to ever receive the Superior Unit Award. The battalion repeated this feat in fiscal year 93, receiving another Army Superior Unit Award for achieving 115% of its regular Army mission and 122% of its Army Reserve mission. The tradition continued with the Montgomery Recruiting Battalion achieving combined mission box for fiscal year 2001. 1994 saw a change in the battalion's namesake. The peregrine falcon is a bird of prey known for its speed, keen vision, and hunting skills. Since these same characteristics were found in the recruiters assigned to the battalion, in the summer of 1994, the battalion emblem and motto were changed to the Falcon Battalion. In fiscal year 2019, the Falcon Battalion achieved 103% of its regular Army mission and 111% of its Army Reserve mission. The battalion distinguished itself by being the only battalion in USAREC in which all companies achieved mission success for both the regular Army and Army Reserve missions, and finished the year as the number 2 ranked battalion in USAREC for combined production. Throughout the United States Army Recruiting Command and the 2nd Recruiting Brigade, the Montgomery Recruiting Battalion is recognized as the backbone of recruiting, a distinctive unit filled with pride and ready to accomplish the mission at hand. Please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem and the invocation by Chaplain Captain Christopher Cairns.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please pray with me according to your prayer tradition as I pray according to mine? Gracious God, Heavenly Father, my heart is full of inspiration at looking at this formation and these leaders driving past my grandfather's quarters, grandfather who commanded a bomb group that was the first to integrate in the United States Army. And the hospitality of the Tuskegee Airmen won them over forever. I've never been more excited about the opportunity our nation has to be a more perfect union. For everybody, justice for all, righteousness that flows like a mighty water, justice that rolls down as well. I pray for the recruiters in this formation who are responsible for the next generation of sacrificial service, men and women who may be called to lay down their lives for the prosperity and protection of our nation and nations abroad. Pray that you would gird them with strength, go before them and prepare their way, guard, guide, and direct them, and inspire these recruiters to be mentors, to invest their lives in the lives of others. Thank you for the leadership of Colonel James Welch. We thank you for his humility and all that he will learn at the War College, all that he will add to his already very strong leadership style. I pray for Lieutenant Colonel Toby Jones, that you would gird him with strength, that you would inspire him to be an adaptive and creative and innovative leader as he leads and inspires this formation. We pray that you would go before us and prepare the way. We ask all these things in the matchless name of the one who was and is to come. Amen.
Please take your seats. Lieutenant Colonel James W. Welch was born and raised in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. He was commissioned as an infantry officer following his graduation from the University of Central Arkansas in 1998, where he was recognized as a distinguished military graduate. Lieutenant Colonel Welch served in a variety of assignments with duty in South Korea, Iraq, and Afghanistan. From 2000 to 2001, Lieutenant Colonel Welch served in South Korea as a rifle platoon leader and support platoon leader with the 1st Battalion, 9th Infantry Regiment of the 2nd Infantry Division. Afterwards, he served as a rifle platoon leader and company executive officer in the 1st Battalion, 509th Infantry Regiment, Airborne, Joint Readiness Training Center, Fort Polk, Louisiana, from 2001 to 2003. In 2003, Lieutenant Colonel Welch was assigned to the 3rd U.S. Army Headquarters at Fort McPherson, Georgia, where he served as a lead intelligence analyst and deployed in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. While deployed, Lieutenant Colonel Welch served as a liaison to the Iraqi Prime Minister's Situation Room in Baghdad, Iraq. Upon returning from Iraq, Lieutenant Colonel Welch served as the company commander of the Peachtree City Recruiting Company, Atlanta Recruiting Battalion, from 2005 to 2006. From 2006 to 2007, he served as the aide-de-camp to the Commanding General of the United States Army Recruiting Command at Fort Knox, Kentucky. Following graduate school at Georgia State University, Lieutenant Colonel Welch returned to Iraq from 2009 to 2010, where he served as an advisor to the Iraqi Federal Police in Baghdad. He then attended the Air Force Command and Staff College and was subsequently assigned to the 3rd Infantry Division headquarters, where he served as the division collection manager from 2011 to 2012. He deployed with the headquarters to Kandahar, Afghanistan, from 2012 to 2013. Upon his redeployment from Afghanistan, Lieutenant Colonel Welch served as the Brigade S2 for the 3rd Armored Brigade Combat Team of the 3rd Infantry Division at Fort Benning, Georgia, from 2013 to 2015. Afterwards, Lieutenant Colonel Welch served as the Military Intelligence Instructor and Deputy Director for the Command and Tactics Directorate at the Maneuver Center of Excellence, Fort Benning, Georgia, from 2015 to 2017. From 2017 to 2018, Lieutenant Colonel Welch served as the Professor of Military Science at the University of Central Arkansas. Lieutenant Colonel Welch's awards and decorations include the Bronze Star Medal with 1 oak leaf cluster, the Meritorious Service Medal with 2 oak leaf clusters, the Joint Service Commendation Medal, the Army Commendation Medal with 4 oak leaf clusters, and the Army Achievement Medal. Lieutenant Colonel Welch is a graduate of various military schools, including the Infantry Officer Basic Course, Military Intelligence Officer Advanced Course, Airborne School, and the United States Army Ranger School. He has earned a Master's of Public Administration from Georgia State University and a Master's of Military Operational Art and Science from the Air Force Command and Staff College. Lieutenant Colonel Adrian H. Jones is a native of Mississippi. He was commissioned as an infantry second lieutenant in 1998 from the Officer Candidate School at Fort Benning, Georgia. Lieutenant Colonel Jones has served in a variety of positions throughout his 28-year career as an NCO and officer in both the Army National Guard and on active duty. His leadership assignments include Special Forces Detachment Commander, 2nd Battalion, 20th Special Forces Group, Special Forces Detachment Commander, 3rd Battalion, 10th Special Forces Group, Special Forces Company Commander, 1st Battalion, 1st Special Forces Group, Operations Officer and Troop Commander, 1st Special Forces Operational Detachment, Delta. Current Operations Officer, Joint Special Operations Command. Current Operations Director, Special Operations Joint Task Force, Afghanistan. And current Operations Director, Special Operations Command, Europe. Additionally, Lieutenant Colonel Jones has served on the Army staff as a counterterrorism portfolio lead and served in the office of the Secretary of Defense as the military assistant to the Assistant Secretary of Defense for Special Operations, Low-Intensity Conflicts. Lieutenant Colonel Jones's deployments include peacekeeping operations during Operation Joint Endeavor in 1995 and multiple combat deployments since 9/11 to Operation Enduring Freedom, Operations Iraqi Freedom, and Operations Freedom Sentinel. Additionally, Lieutenant Colonel Jones has significant deployment time throughout the EUCOM and Indo-PACOM areas of responsibility. Lieutenant Colonel Jones is a graduate of the Infantry Officers Basic Course, Infantry Officers Advanced, Combined Arms and Services Staff School, Special Forces Qualification Course, and Marine Corps Command and Staff College. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Business and Psychology from the Charter Oak State College and a Master's degree in Military Studies from the Marine Corps University. Lieutenant Colonel Jones's awards and decorations include the Bronze Star Medal with 1 oak leaf cluster, Defense Meritorious Service Medal, 1 oak leaf cluster, Meritorious Service Medal, 4 oak leaf clusters, Joint Service Commendation Medal, 1 oak leaf cluster, Army Commendation Medal, 1 oak leaf cluster, Joint Service Achievement Medal, 1 oak leaf cluster, Army Achievement Medal, 2 oak leaf clusters, Joint Meritorious Unit Award, Army Reserve Components Achievement Medal, 1 oak leaf cluster, National Defense Service Medal, 1 Bronze Service Star, Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal, Afghanistan Campaign Medal, 2 Bronze Service Stars, Iraqi Campaign Medal, 2 Bronze Service Stars, Global War on Terrorism Expeditionary Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Korea Defense Service Medal, Armed Forces Service Medal, Humanitarian Service Medal, Army Armed Forces Reserve Medal, the M device, Non-Commissioned Officer Professional Development Ribbon, Army Service Ribbon, Army Overseas Service Ribbon, numeral 2 device, Army Reserve Overseas Training Ribbon, North Atlantic Treaty Organization Medal, 1 Bronze Service Star, Office of the Secretary of Defense Identification Badge, Army Staff Identification Badge, Thailand Parachutist Badge, German Parachutist Badge, German Armed Forces Badge for Military Proficiency, Gold, Combat Infantry Badge, Expert Infantry Badge, Master Parachutist Badge, Special Operations Diver Badge, Military Free Fall Parachutist Badge, Ranger Tab, and Special Forces Tab. The change of command ceremony is a military tradition rich with symbolism and heritage. Since the earliest chronicles of history, military leaders have used a banner or some visible standard to identify themselves and to serve as a rallying point for their soldiers. When attacking on the battlefield, soldiers would follow the standard or guidons of their leader. Most often found at the forward edge of the battle, for the modern American soldier, the unit colors serve as such a symbol representing not only the heritage and history of the unit, but also the unity and loyalty of its soldiers. The colors are the commander's symbol of authority, representing his responsibilities to the organization. Please direct your attention to the center of the field as the change of command begins. The passing of the unit colors is a unique and time-honored military tradition. As the battalion's emblem is passed from one commander to another, it symbolizes the transfer of responsibility, authority, and accountability of that unit, its mission, and personnel from one leader to another. The colors are first passed from Command Sergeant Major Duran, the senior enlisted member of the unit and the keeper of the colors, to Lieutenant Colonel Welch for the last time, showing deference to him as the commander. Lieutenant Colonel Welch passes the colors to Colonel Kerr, thereby relinquishing his command over the battalion. Colonel Kerr passes the colors to Lieutenant Colonel Jones, bestowing upon him the authority of command and charging him with the responsibility for the battalion and its soldiers. Finally, Lieutenant Colonel Jones passes the colors back to Command Sergeant Major Duran, returning the colors to their keeper and symbolizing the new commander and placing his trust in his new senior enlisted advisor. By authority of paragraph 2-3, Army Regulation 600-20, the undersigned assumes command of the Montgomery Recruiting Battalion, effective the 26th of June, 2020. Signed, Adrian H. Jones, Lieutenant Colonel, Special Forces, Commanding. Ladies and gentlemen, Commander of the 2nd Recruiting Brigade, Colonel Jason E. Kerr.
Thanks. Okay, can everybody hear me okay? Got me over there. Good. All right. Hey, what a great day to be in the presence of so many dedicated professionals and supportive family members, albeit virtually, as part of the change of command ceremony for the Montgomery Recruiting Battalion. As always, we are blessed with this spectacular Alabama day. It's my pleasure to stand here on Maxwell Air Force Base and take part in this Army tradition. In fact, the Army is rich in tradition. For 245 years, American soldiers have served to defend and preserve the United States of America. Soldiers, like the ones of Montgomery Battalion, that are ready when they are needed, regardless of the mission. Trusted Army professionals who are there when our country calls upon us. But it takes a special soldier to volunteer to serve as an Army recruiter. It takes soldiers with exceptional discipline, leadership, and commitment to operate independently across dispersed locations. Army recruiters must be adaptive thinkers, capable of making rapid decisions in unfamiliar and in ambiguous environments. But most importantly, they must be trusted to represent the United States Army in every community that we support here in Alabama and Florida, so that we may continue to sustain the all-volunteer Army in our history. Wow. Now that's something very special. And I stand before you humbled today by the great privilege it was to serve alongside Lieutenant Colonel James Welch. You know, 2 years ago, he had the honor of assuming command of the Montgomery Recruiting Battalion with the vision to establish their own Falcon identity, transform the formation into a unit of excellence, and they had a great deal of momentum. So he made a promise to the soldiers, the civilians, and the family members that he would do all he could to reinforce this momentum, take the battalion to new heights, and strive to be the best leader that he could be each and every day. And the leaders of the Montgomery Battalion responded in a way that was truly remarkable. The Falcons worked harder than they ever had before. They took pride in developing each other as leaders,
They executed recruiting operations like no one has ever seen before, connected and supported their local communities more than ever, and most importantly, they took care of each other along the way. And the result was that every company accomplishing their mission in FY19, the only battalion to achieve such a high mark. Simply amazing. Lieutenant Colonel Welch, you have a lot to be proud of. You're a true leader of exemplary character and values, a leader with a loving and supportive family. I remember my first visit here to Montgomery following my own change of command and thought, you know what? This is what right looks like. This is what we got to do. James is a genuine and transparent teammate who is motivated by doing what is right for the greater accomplishments of all. During our year together, it has become clear that our nation has been so well served by your leadership. The task of commanding a recruiting battalion is very difficult and to some extent unforgiving. But your leadership has been both impressive and effective. I wish you all that is good, and I hope the best for you and your family. Know that this Eagle commander appreciates all that you have accomplished, and there will be more to come. Your future is bright. And those accomplishments didn't come without sacrifice from the entire team, and especially the leader of the family, Jenny. Thank you for your genuine care and hard work on behalf of our soldiers and families. We are fortunate to count you as a member of Team Eagle. Thank you for your understanding, your patience, your support as we have continued to serve this nation together. Next, I'd like to welcome Lieutenant Colonel Toby Jones and his family to Alabama. Toby comes with a stellar reputation and a remarkable and distinguished career. The Falcons are very fortunate to have a great leader assume command today. I know that you will motivate and inspire this team to be even greater. We're also thrilled to welcome Don and your family to Team Eagle. We want the best for you and hope that you get settled into this great state and this community. It has a lot to offer. So welcome to the team, and best of luck to you during command. In closing, it's a privilege to command a battalion in the most agile, adaptable, and capable force in the world. We're a profession of arms that exists for one reason, and that's to serve the nation by supporting and defending the Constitution in a way that upholds the rights and the interests of the American people. And the people will always be our number one priority. So we must take care of our people and treat each other always with dignity and respect. Together, I know this, we can accomplish any mission. People first, Team Eagle.
Ladies and gentlemen, the outgoing commander of the Montgomery Recruiting Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel James W. Welch.
All right, so it's a little hot and humid, so for you folks out on the field, just relax a little bit, okay? Don't want to be keeling over. It'll take about 20 minutes. Just kidding. Sergeant Major made sure that wasn't going to happen. Co-occur, sir, friends, family, soldiers, and civilians of the mighty Falcon Battalion. Before I begin, I want to thank Captain Martin and his shop for putting all this together today. Obviously, due to the COVID-19 restrictions, it is a bit different from a typical change of command ceremony. But he figured out how to pull it off, and just like everything else he does, this is a top-notch event. So thank you, Matt, and the S3 team. Today is certainly a bittersweet day for me as I relinquish command of this incredible unit. It has been the honor of a lifetime to serve as your commander. And Colonel Kerr, sir, thank you for allowing me to command this battalion. Thank you also for your leadership and your mentorship over the last year, especially during those rough times. I can't thank you enough for your support, and I hope I have the opportunity to serve with you again one day. As I have mentioned to several of you before, I have the greatest respect and admiration for the recruiters. Your mission is among the most critical in our Army, yet probably one of the least understood. If you don't put people in boots, we won't have an Army. But it is not an easy task. No matter the location, your job requires you to talk to people every day, most of whom don't want to talk to you. And those constant no's from people can be unnerving. But with all of those no's, you eventually get a yes. And it is that yes from a young man or woman that not only fills our Army's ranks, but it sets that young person on a path that will make them a better person and will help them reach their full potential in life. When it comes down to it, you all change lives every day, and you make a positive impact in the communities in which you serve. Now, we've had our triumphs and our tragedies over the last 2 years. We had a historic hurricane that decimated entire cities, along with putting 2 of our recruiting stations out of commission. We had changes in leadership at nearly every station and company command team. A nationwide pandemic that required you all to take the unprecedented measure of recruiting from home. And sadly, even the deaths of 2 of our teammates, Sergeant First Class Tristan Jackson and Sergeant Justin Story, neither of whom will ever be forgotten. But through it all, you all have remained steadfast, and I'm extremely proud of each and every one of you for your continued hard work and dedication. Colonel Kerr already kind of mentioned some of the huge accomplishments you all achieved, particularly in FY19, when every company achieved their mission. A remarkable feat, and certainly unprecedented. But I know this, you all do the work in this battalion. That is not lost on me. Soldiers like Staff Sergeant Pruden in Huntsville Company, who wrote 43 contracts last year and was our heavy hitter for FY19. Or Master Sergeant Waffy at a Montgomery Company, who wrote an astonishing 117 contracts in FY17 and 18, leading our battalion in both of those years. And still others like Staff Sergeant Glanton in Dothan, Staff Sergeant Hickey in Birmingham, Staff Sergeant Kadua in Mobile, and the list goes on of incredible NCOs in our formation. They go out every day, going above and beyond to perform this vital mission called recruiting. And they do it better than anyone else in the Army. And whether you enlist 5 people a month or 1 person a month, you have an extremely difficult job, and we owe you our thanks for what you do every day. I want to also thank the station commanders, the company commanders, and the first sergeants of our formation. Not only do you all guide your recruiters to achieve the recruiting mission, each of you ensure our soldiers and their families are cared for in this dispersed operating environment, which is far different from any other command in the Army. Thank you all for your leadership, your professionalism, and the way in which you take care of your people. I would be remiss if I did not thank those behind the scenes that support our recruiting force, the soldiers and civilians that serve on our staff and at our MEPs. They do the yeoman's work to remove obstacles and take care of our recruiters. I especially want to recognize Master Sergeant Jones for the incredible work she does leading our MEPS team. Master Sergeant Jones, you are a credit to the NCO Corps and always a true professional. Thank you for what you do. But as I've told our staff many times, they may not be finding people to put in the Army, but their actions certainly impact the ability of our recruiters to do so. So for our staff, civilians, and soldiers alike, thank you all for your part in this critical mission. I must also thank my 2 executive officers that I've had in command, Major Eric Nelson and Major Corey Hopkins. You both did a phenomenal job leading our staff and leading the battalion in my absence. I was extremely blessed to have 2 XOs who not only were true professionals, but they had a deep understanding of recruiting and how the staff can impact recruiting operations. Thank you both for a job well done. I want to also thank my 2 battle buddies that have advised me and supported me through so much of the last 2 years. I could not have done my job without Command Sergeant Major Retired Henshaw and Command Sergeant Major Duran. As the son and grandson of enlisted men, I was told early on that an officer should always listen to his NCOs. I've always tried my best to do that, and I've rarely been steered wrong in my 20 years of service. To Command Sergeant Major Henshaw and Command Sergeant Major Duran, you know that leadership can be a very lonely existence. And I can't thank you enough for your wisdom, your advice, and for just being a sounding board for me when I needed to get something off my chest. Thank you both for talking me off the ledge whenever I had some crazy idea that was going to revolutionize recruiting as you know it. Unfortunately, you had to do that more than once, but thank you both. I'm indebted to you forever. And last but not least, I must publicly thank my family. First, I want to thank my parents, John and Gracie Welch, who are watching online. They've always instilled a sense of patriotism and service in me, and always supported my decision to serve in our Army. I must also thank my wife and my children for their support throughout my career, but in particular, the last 2 years. And Jenny, you have virtually been a single mother throughout my command. You took care of our family and our home in Georgia, so I could focus on being a commander here in Alabama. And after a long day of taking care of our children, you would then listen to me go on and on about future soldier losses, overweight shippers, cancellations, being on lead line, and so on and so forth. But no matter how boring that may have been to you, you always listened. So thank you for your constant love and support, especially during the rough times. There's absolutely no chance I could have done this job without you. And to Ava and William, I'm so sorry for the time that I've spent away from you. I know we'll never get that back. But I'm extremely proud of you both, and I look forward to spending every minute of my leave with you. Thank you both for being such strong Army kids. And then finally, I want to welcome Lieutenant Colonel Jones and his family to the Falcon Battalion. Lieutenant Colonel Jones is an incredibly gifted officer, and I know he would take this battalion to the next level. And while I am sad to go, I am thankful that such a great man is taking my place. Toby, I wish you the very best in command. I know you're going to do great things. And to all of you here today and watching online, thank you all again for what you do every day. May God continue to bless this battalion, our Army, and the United States of America. This is Falcon 6 signing off the net.
Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the Montgomery Army Recruiting Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Adrian H. Jones.
All right, I got to move the podium up a little bit. Or down. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit short. But hey, good morning, everybody, and thanks for coming out for this ceremony. Particularly the soldiers and civilians of the Falcon Battalion, Colonel Kerr, families. Thank you for being here for this ceremony. Coming into this, I'm really excited for the opportunity to lead this battalion. Really, our focus is to bring that next generation of Army leaders into our formation, and then we provide that face for the United States Army every day in communities all around Alabama and the Panhandle of Florida. Foundation laid by my parents and my background in special operations has prepared me well for this assignment. Recruiting, like special operations, is made up of the finest officers and NCOs in our formation, and we're the face of the Army for the American people. James and Jenny, you've left some big shoes to fill. You guys have done an amazing job. Your success and passion as a commander and intimate knowledge of recruiting are going to be really hard to match. So best of luck as you move on to the War College. Enjoy it. The Army is going to need you in the formation after. So enjoy your time there. So soldiers and civilians of the Falcon Battalion, as I've interacted with you over the past few weeks and studied you for the past few months, all I can see in you is potential. While COVID has taken a toll on our profession, it's taken a toll on our nation, collectively, we know what success looks like. You did it in 2019, and we're on the way in 2020. As I talked to the leaders of the Falcon Battalion yesterday, I saw a fire within the leadership. And that fire gave me confirmation that we can win, and we will. We still have the opportunity to succeed, and we will do it as a team. Colonel Kerr, thanks for the opportunity. I look forward to the mentorship and leadership you're going to provide to me as brigade commander. Lastly, to my family, Dawn, Hannah, Sarah, Mom and Dad, I love you. Thank you for your support you've given me over the years and for being my foundation at home. The next 2 years are going to be a challenge, but you are far more resilient than I could ever be as an Army family. Again, thanks for everybody coming out today. Talon 6, signing in.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join us in the singing of the Army Song.
With the Army
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the ceremony. Lieutenant Colonel Welch and family will remain to your left to receive farewells. A reception hosted by Lieutenant Colonel Jones and Mrs. Jones follows today's ceremony. The reception will be held at the Dreamland Barbecue Restaurant at 12 West Jefferson Street in Montgomery. On behalf of the soldiers, civilians, and families of Montgomery Army Recruiting Battalion, thank you for attending today's ceremony.